All right, hey everybody. Today is going to be a model review of the IMC cc2800 Tadano. This came out summer of last year. I can't remember exactly what month it was. This has been a review that has been asked of me to do for a while. I've just never gotten to it, so I do apologize for that. This has come out in 3 liveries. As you can see, mine's in the Tadano white and blue. There's also DMAG blue and yellow, and a Mammut red and black livery as of right now of this collection update or model review. I am not going to, as you can see, this crane is sitting on the table and it's kind of buried in with other cranes. So I'm going to be showing you this side. The other side of the crane is practically identical to this. So I'll show you this side and show you closer detail, all the boom sections and counterweights and stuff like that. But just because of moving everything around, and I'll just be showing you this side. Before we start off with the actual review of the crane, I do want to show you that this model does come with the book. I do know when the AC700 come out, you had to get a special edition to get this book. I do believe now they're offering just generic prints of the book, but now that you can buy separately for that model if you just have the regular one. But as you can see, it's a high quality book that has great pictures of different liveries, different configurations, different projects. So kind of goes through different, like here you can see there's different configurations you can build the crane in real life. So you can see the DMAG colors. So yeah, it's just a really nice addition to this model to add to the collectability, and just so you kind of know the history of this crane. So very nice addition on IMC's part to include this with the crane. So moving on now to the model review itself. So with the tracks, they are a matte black. You can see that they have bolt detail on top of them. They roll very smoothly. This is a relatively large crane, but as you can see, they move without any sort of hesitation. So down there you can see there's some warning graphics in the track frames itself. There is a roller in there, looks really good. Tadano inside the track frame. Right here, these are brackets that would be used to put your feet out. There's some feet that come with this model, just like with the LR 11000, that would basically hang off the side, so that if you were to pick, it increases your stability for lifting capacity when you boom down at a certain angle with max boom and everything on it. It basically gives you more chart capacity with steeper boom angles. So I don't particularly care for how they look on the model, so I just don't have mine displayed with it, but you can put that on if you so choose to. Back there, you can see there's bolt detail on the roller, or of the sprocket, I should say. There are rollers inside the track frame down there. They're kind of hard to see. They do roll. Moving on to this side, you can see there's counterweights and a metal ladder over there. They've got picking eyes and everything on it. That ladder's metal. Your cab, you can see it's got nice windshield wipers, metal handrails, edge-through walkways, cc2800 graphics with all sorts of warning stuff on the door. Another windshield wiper on top there. So more, you can see there's a fire extinguisher, an amber beacon, more handrails and walkways etched through, ladders, metal ladders. You can see your kickstands for the boom and for the derrick right there. Metal, brass colored nuts and bolts make up all your connections on the boom and everything. So you can see that down there. There's some more warning graphics where the boom heel meets the car body. So you got drums back there. You have to spool them, and you do have to reeve the A-frame on this. It's really no big deal. It's relatively self-explanatory and easy. So see your winches right there and your guarding for the winches. Your counterweights back there, you can see they've got safety striping on them and picking eyes. cc2800 is written on the boom itself. And then you also have shivs back there that are painted white. I believe that's to mimic the plastic shivs that seem to be put on cranes nowadays. Your counterweight tray, mine's sitting flat on the ground. It does, if you boom down, it will lift it up. But if you have your boom up in the air at my boom angle, then it will sit flat on the ground. It also does telescope in and out. And as I was saying, here are your pendant lines that make up, they come down off the back mast or the derrick. So they're held together with brass nuts and bolts. One other thing that I wanted to say while I'm down here, the Biggie logo on the car body is a decal that I have had added. That is not something that comes with the crane. So anyway, moving on. So now we'll get to the lattice sections. So here is the derrick. You can see the guarding for the winches. Like I said, it's got edge through walkways moving up the back. It's got ladders on the boom sections. The Tadano sign's made out of metal. It's painted really nice. Moving up, you can see where it comes up. There's all your shivs that are making up your bridle. So there's your bridle right there to hook the boom to the derrick, make that connection. So coming down to the boom, you can see it's the same thing. It's got guarding on the underside of the winches, ladders. All your lattice sections are straight, no bends. You can see edge through walkways running up the top of the boom. So brass nuts and bolts make up all those connections. Looking down the boom, you can see the walkway. Another Tadano sign. This is your transition piece. Mine's running in the LF configuration for windmills. So as you can see, the boom sections get skinnier in this configuration as it goes up. There are your pendant lines that make up the that hook up to the mast for the jib. There's your little jib, your pendant lines and everything. Your little dolly wheels for the tip of the boom. So when your boom's laid out flat and you're booming up with it, the wheels drag the boom on the ground. So there's your little jib. So mine's running in 4 parts line. I believe it's a 5 shiv block. So this is a block that is for the windmill configuration, the LF configuration. You can see it has a sister hook with a shackled hole casted in there. So cheek weights for the block. It's really nice. So, and coming down, just give you another look at the pendant lines. And then here are your connections for your shivs and everything to have the boom and the derrick or the back mast all hooked together. So coming on down, like I said, I'm not going to be able to show you guys the other side of the crane, but it is practically identical to this side. So anyway, moving on to just some general information about this crane. It does come with a very well typical IMC colored booklet with very good pictures on how to put this model together. This model is extremely easy to put together. There's 2 main configurations you can build this crane into: the LF, which is what I have it in for windmills, and then you can build it with a luffing boom as well. When you get this model, the boom sections are already assembled in a manner where you would have it with a luffing boom on it. If you want to put it in the LF configuration like pictured here, there are instructions on how to do it, but you do have to pull boom sections apart and reassemble them to configure it in this configuration. So, but there are also other configurations, obviously, you could do with this model that are not shown in the booklet. You could run a single main boom if you choose. You could run a heavy boom configuration where you would have the back derrick and then just main boom with a main block running off of it. This does come with other hooks, some bigger blocks and stuff for the other configuration. Mine just being in the LF configuration, I'm running it with an LF hook off the end of it. You could run it with a main boom with luffing boom if you so choose. So really your imagination with that is what is limiting you on what you could do with this crane as far as the configurations go. The other thing that I will say, there is extension kits for this model. When I bought mine, they did not have the Tadano white, so just the Mammut colors at the time. I have since then not looked into getting extensions for this crane, so if you get this livery or the DMAG livery, I am not sure if they are made in those two liveries as of now. They probably, I would imagine, are by this time, but don't quote me on that. So, and so that's the extension kit. And yeah, so this is, in my opinion, this is a fantastic model. This was one of two very anticipated releases as of last year. My two favorites probably being the 1650 and then this one. Definitely my favorite of the two crawlers. It's much better than the 11,000. It gives you way more versatility on how you could assemble it, how you could display it. It's a little less expensive, and it doesn't have quite the issues that the 11,000 seems to have with other collectors. Mine is not. Mine I've gotten pretty lucky with, but it is not without its flaws either. So, but I would highly recommend this model to anybody who's anticipating on getting this model or questioning it. Definitely the best crawler to come out last year. And as always, it is a typical IMC quality model. So anyway, that will conclude this model review. Thank you. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.